Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I've got a video for you that is a personal topic commentary that doesn't have that much to do with gaming in particular, though it does relate to YouTube, where obviously you're watching this, and probably every single content creator you follow. I got the idea because this weekend I went to Six Flags over Texas with my wife Jwo and Choco. It was a great idea. It was super fun. I think we got like a half off discount because it's kind of off season. The lines were short. We hit every single major ride in the park and it was a blast. However, the night before and occasionally on the day of, I felt extremely guilty just for being there. I felt like I was doing something wrong and that a punishment was incoming because I took a day off. And I just sat there occasionally the night before and the day of. It just felt like the whole world would crumble around me. And I don't want you guys to think I had a miserable time because Six Flags is very fun. But occasionally these thoughts would come in and kind of hit me. So of course, while I was there, I had to make monetized Twitter videos in order to justify everything and I did. And the question that I want to ask you is, why is it that the first full day off that I've taken in months made me feel that guilty? And the answer is because I have adapted my mind, my body, my lifestyle, and everything to please social media algorithms. Algorithms are toxic to humans, at least mentally toxic, and every single social media website now is run primarily by an algorithm. You've got YouTube algorithm, Facebook algorithm, Twitter, Instagram. Pretty much everything that you look at has algorithmic pushes. For those of you that don't know, algorithms are lines of code that are designed to solve problems somewhere between 2 lines and 1,000 lines or 10,000 depending on the website. And in the case of social media, the problem they're solving is whether it should or should not push out your content. You've probably heard a lot of creators complain about these over time, including me. I mean, my wife got shadow banned on Instagram, and somehow I think I'm shadow banned on YouTube now too. When I search Modern Warfare, my own videos don't even come up, which is kind of scary. But the point is that the algorithms work hard in the social media space, especially someplace monetized like this, to try to determine what is going to be popular, what people are going to watch the longest, and what fits advertisers the best. The goal, ideally, is that as soon as you turn on your phone, it shows you exactly what you want to see. You watch it for a long time, you enjoy it, and the advertisements fit and they blend in really well and they're interesting and that some percentage of you click on them, right? And that's how it's supposed to work. It generally kind of does, but there are problems with it on the human side, on the creator side. One of those is that every platform has its own rules, its own guidelines, its own little algorithmic oddities. For instance, I can post almost anything and monetize it at least a little bit on YouTube, but Twitter is super strict and it'll demonetize me for saying the word darn it. Instagram generally shows your followers 1 post per day. Posting multiple times per day doesn't often go well. YouTube can do 3, Twitter can do 12. There are certain times of day that do better than others, and those times of day are ultimately your deadlines. And oftentimes certain hashtags, keywords, search terms just get more promotion. You've got thumbnail psychology to consider, and the algorithm even scans your thumbnail to see what's going on there. And trends are super important. Not just trends in like gaming and what game is going to be really popping, but trends in what the algorithm is deciding to promote. Does it like total views? Does it like watch time, click-through rates, certain words? A lot of stuff is going on here. And all of this, again, is designed to keep users engaged and click ads, and the longer they stay on the platform, the better. But that leads to the question of, can content creators keep up with a truly insatiable appetite for more from their audience? So if you look at this from like economic theory, human beings are creatures of unlimited want. We always want more, and in this case, we want more views, more content, more good stuff, binge watching, yada yada. And as a content creator, the more you can deliver to this crowd, the more you can keep them watching, and the better you can do, the more successful you will be, right? I don't think anybody is unaware of that. But the answer is basically no, because every iteration of a social media algorithm becomes increasingly more engaging and increasingly more pressing on its users' psychology. So as a user, you'll use it longer and longer and expect more and more, and your content creators have to make more and more and higher quality. And no human being can create enough content to keep up with this demand and maintain a healthy lifestyle. As a creator, you are always pushed to make more content, better content, faster content, cheaper content, trending content every single day, which is the most common time that people post, or amount of time, or multiple times per day. And this is just in no way sustainable, not just from like a work-life balance, but also for your mentality, which is where we're going to move for the rest of this commentary. That's the important part of it. If you do well at your job and you learn all these things, you probably will have learned more than I have, to be honest. I'm in the dark around a lot of them. But you'll start deciding your content to appeal to the algorithm without even knowing it. What you're going to start doing is you're going to start trying to replicate things that are successful. Well, this thing is successful, let's try to make 3 more. That thing is successful, let's try to make more. Let's try to find this trend and push this, and this is going to be really popular. And what you as a creator is doing, instead of thinking about the things you create, you are being conditioned by an algorithm that rewards you for creating things that the algorithm delivers ads on that satisfies the needs of the viewer. It's kind of crazy. So you have your viewer psychology, and as long as they're satisfied in watching, the algorithm notices that and it rewards that content, and then it goes to the creator, which rewards that kind of content from the creator. And you end up like the audience moves, then the algorithms move, then you move, and it just goes around and around and around, and it's hyper competitive too. And in my opinion, human beings really aren't made to work this way. We burn out, we struggle, we falter over time. And one of the biggest problems is that there are no off days. Every single minute of every single day is a time where you could be making money doing videos or doing something. Every day is an opportunity to just make an absolute banger of a video, to get a bunch of subscribers, to do a thing. So in our quest and for success, what we end up doing is just pushing ourselves to do more, faster, no break, every single day. And most content creators that I know work 365, 7 days a week. The problem herein then is if you do this for years, like I have, you will eventually totally forget what off work actually means. Over time, your brain, not just consciously, but also subconsciously, gets geared toward constantly working, constantly creating, constantly filming, no breaks. And as soon as a video is done, as soon as this video is done, I have 3 others I have to work on and Twitter content that I have to plan around trends. So anytime you take off is time that you're punished financially or algorithmically. So most of you probably work 5 days a week, kind of 9-to-5 job, or you're a student or whatever. But imagine being punished for taking both days off on the weekend by like being fined money effectively. Or if not just money, then you could be punished for, if you took a day off, it's going to show the video to less subscribers the next day, or it's going to push you toward the shadow ban zone, or your ad rates are going to go down, or your interactions or something that is negative to you just for taking a day to breathe. So if I take 1 day off, maybe even just 1 per year, I feel like I'm shooting myself in the foot. Even though mentally, I know that and I can work past that. And I do take days off. I don't post every day anymore. But that internal like feeling in my heart is there. It makes me nervous. It makes me wonder what kind of algorithmic punishment will be coming my way for this. I worry what I could have done today instead, what I should have done, what other people would be doing. And I do get that this kind of attitude can apply to almost everybody that is self-employed or overworked, and there are some bad workaholics out there, and I get that. The difference is though that with social media, it's not necessarily 100% just you chasing your own success. So a self-employed person, they think, the more they work, the more they make, something like that's sort of toxic in its own right. But they're being guided by market factors. What we're being guided by here is an algorithm that is designed to please human beings. We are here to pump endorphins into kids in the gaming space, and that's kind of it. So you're always chasing this, which is effectively chasing a human being's unlimited desire. For those of you that took Economy 101, you're probably familiar with that. And no person is infinite. Not one single person on this planet is infinite or perfect or forever. And there are consequences for trying to achieve this type of behavior or success. And I can't even blame the businesses for it. Like, oh, you could say YouTube's evil and Facebook and Instagram and these people, they're just like terrible and trying to take over the world. But no business is realistically going to design something that's worse or less engaging. Personally, if I was in charge, I wouldn't. I would be making the same decisions to keep my audience engaged as much as possible. And I especially wouldn't be worried about it where as soon as one person is done, there's another person willing to step in and chase it down. If I were to die tomorrow, there would be 3 people willing to just jump right in and do what I do and take my place without any concern whatsoever. And because of that, the platforms have no need to be concerned over their creators. The problem that probably not even that many of them know about. So despite all the negativity in this video, I don't want you to think like I'm quitting YouTube or I'm giving up or I'm too good for this, or that it's a tragedy. My life playing video games is terrible. I can't do it anymore. But rather, it was just something that was on my mind. It took me a little while to realize why I felt so guilty for having fun, why it felt so bad to do something right for me instead of for this channel, and it made me a little bit in perspective and think about myself. And I think that every single content creator that you follow, every streamer, every gamer, every makeup and beauty tutorial person, every toy review person, they're all probably stuck in some phase of this cycle. I'm still stuck in this cycle. I mean, even being aware of it and making this video doesn't help me escape. I'm still there, and most of the people you follow are as well. And at the end of the day, what I hope that you guys get out of this is an understanding of perspective on your own life and what systems you adapt yourself to. Now, not everybody's going to do social media content creation or whatever. We all do all sorts of different things in our life, from academics to construction workers and doctors and poachers and anti-poachers. That's weird examples, and everything in between. But ultimately, we work inside of systems, and we kind of try to max min these systems to get like optimal gain for ourselves. And you need to be aware of the system that you're in and what it's built for and its maximum capacity and what it's capped at and what it kind of wants you to do and who you're really pleasing and kind of all these levels all the way up, so that you know what you're getting into, and also so that you know who you will become. Because the longer you do a thing, the more likely you are to become that thing. Even like a good person who does bad things for long enough will eventually become a bad person, in the same kind of way that a person like me who chases algorithms long enough becomes, at least partially subconsciously, in tune or a part of this algorithm, which is, it's insane, it's crazy and scary in a different way. So be mindful of what you attach yourself to and what goals you're chasing in a certain system. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.